Every once in a while, Google makes something a lot easier. Like how to get your picture to show on a Google search result so somebody types in roofing company Dallas and they see your picture to show, which makes you stand out, get more clicks, you're happier, you make more money, etc. How do you get your picture to show? This used to be really difficult. Well, not really difficult, but it was like step by step by step. They've made it a lot easier. So in this video, I'm going to show you the new and improved, super easy way to get your picture to show on your target keyword searches on Google. Let's get started. Welcome back. We are, of course, looking at how to get our pictures to show on Google search results. And I've built out all the materials. The code for this class is 26. So you're going to go to jm-seo.org/26, and that's going to get you to the class materials, or click on the link in the YouTube video description. Okay, so we're going to show how do we get our picture on the top of Google search. So first, let's just review what we want. What are we doing this for? So I have built out little searches for you. So you can drill down in the class materials. You can do a search, for instance, on Google. So go to Google and type in a search like Facebook timeline, and you'll notice cool little pictures show. This is what we want to get. Now, why do we want to get that? Because when somebody does a Google search, these are the ones that stand out. These are the ones that are going to have higher click-through rates. These are the people, Peter Pachel here with 13,000 followers, who are becoming the cool gurus for any particular endeavor. So let me show you another one. Just go to Google, type in math tutors in Palo Alto. And you'll see here Kathy Umana. She's one of my clients. She's wonderful. She has a math tutoring center in Palo Alto, Menlo Park. So the parents are going to be doing those Google searches. They're going to be looking for math tutors. Look who shows up on the top of the Google page with her picture. She looks cool. She's becoming the guru of math education in Palo Alto, California. So I built some searches out there that you can see where people's pictures show, and I've got one for me. So we can use that one as our example. That's a very narrow search, and it has a blog post by me explaining landing pages in Google Analytics. All right, so our first takeaway is Google is moving towards social search. It's encouraging people to show their pictures. It's getting us to realize that real people are behind web pages, and it's looking at their authority levels. All right, so what are your steps that you need to do to get your personal picture to show up? Well, first and foremost, you have to set up a Google Plus profile. Now, here's the first big gotcha that most people kind of don't get. This only works for personal Google Plus accounts. It does not work for a corporate account. So if you have a company, your first thing that you've got to do is you've got to identify who is going to be the spokesperson, who is going to be the human face behind your website. If you're blogging, if you have multiple bloggers, it's not a problem. Each blogger needs to do this. If you're just a small company, it's usually the business owner who is going to have that face on Google. Okay, so you've identified that person, and you're going to set them up on Google Plus with a personal account. The easiest way to do this is to log into a Gmail or set up a Gmail for them, and I'm going to log into my Gmail and show you what you need to do. So the easiest way to do it is go to Gmail and set up a Gmail account, or you can go to plus.google.com and set up a Google Plus account and associate it with a non-Gmail email. Either way, I prefer using Gmail. It makes everything much simpler on your Google life. So I'm going to go to Gmail and I'm going to log into my account. Now, when you're inside of Gmail, at the top left, see that little link there at the top left of your Gmail screen? When you first start, it might say plus you, but once you've enabled it, it'll say plus your name. All right, so I'm going to click on my plus me name. Okay, so now I'm going to here. Now here's where we want to go back to our things to do. All right, so we're going to click on our profile icon and then about, and we're going to optimize our Google Plus profile. So we're in here, click on the profile on the top left. So now you're in your profile. Then you need to click on the About tab. So there's a couple steps here. Click on the profile, click on the About tab. Okay, now we're going to drill down here and we're going to click on About. Now here's your first optimization issues. In the story box, you're going to write keywords that are relevant to you. So if you're a math tutor in Palo Alto, you're going to write math tutoring and pre-algebra, and I do Palo Alto. You're going to kind of finesse some keywords in here. You'll see for me, I have SEO training, social media training, corporate training, etc. So you're going to write that story tag with some keywords. You just click on the edit, and then it's going to allow you to write and update that attribute of your Google Plus personal profile. So you're going to put your keywords in there. Then you're going to go down to the links section, and this is where it's really important. See that contributor to? You have to have a link from your Google Plus personal to your website. So you're going to click edit. You're going to go down to contributor to. You're going to click add a custom link. And in this add a custom link, you're going to put your website, Jason's Dog Boarding Miami, Florida, http://jasonsdogboardingmiami.com. Whatever your business name and URL is must go in the contributor section. You have to get it there or nothing will work. Okay, so I'm going to assume you've done that. I'm going to cancel out of mine. So now we have an optimized Google Plus personal profile with the story having keywords in it, and with inside the links, contributor to is one click from here to a page on our website. You can link to the home page, you can link to an about page. It doesn't really matter at this point. All right, so now we have done what? We have optimized our Google Plus personal account. Absolutely essential to get the contributor to thing correctly. Now, step 2, we need to link back from our website to our Google Plus personal page. They've made this a little easier than it used to be. So what's your first step? You have to find out your numeric ID. Google does not make everything easy, people. They make some things a little bit nerdy, so you got to find that numeric ID. How do you do that? Log into your Google Plus account. Click on your profile. In the top URL bar, look at the URL bar in your browser. You will see your numeric ID. So then you're going to do what? You're going to go into that browser and you're going to copy the numbers. That's your social security number. That's your ID on Google Plus as a person. You're going to copy that. You'll need that. Then what you're going to do, now I've outlined mine in red. Then you're going to take this little bit of code here in the tutorial page, and you're going to replace my personal ID, because you're not me, you don't want my picture to show. You're going to put your numeric ID there. It is absolutely critical that you get the numeric ID correct, and you add this code after the numeric ID, $rel equals author. Now you have the code in HTML that you will paste on every single page that you want to have the possibility of your picture showing. So for most of us, at least our home page, if we're bloggers, our blog posts, we're going to get this code on there. If you have a resident computer nerd, you're going to send the computer nerd to this page of mine and tell them, do this for us and implement it. If you're running WordPress, you can just put it in the footer of every single page. But get this code on the pages, and you have to have that rel equals author. All right, so now step 2, we have created some web pages and we have linked them back to our profile. Now we're going to test our work. So you've put some pages up on the internet that have correctly done this. You've got your Google Plus correctly set up. You want to verify that you've set it up. So I'm going to use my sample page. What is a landing page in Google Analytics? And I'm going to use the code. I'm going to use the HTML here, not the HTML, the URL here as my test. So this is a page on me. I've enabled authorship by putting in the authorship link. It's actually on my site running over here on the left. If you look, I'm on the URL. Look at the Google Plus icon, and then as I hold my cursor, look at the bottom of the screen down here. Look at the bottom left. I'll get that to make it it's very technical. You have to do everything correct. See down there, rel equals author at the very bottom left of the screen. That code is there on the page. All right, so now I'm going to take that URL. This is up there on the public internet. I'm going to Control-C or right-click, copy. Then I'm going to go to this nifty Structured Data Testing Tool. What a wonderful name. Google makes everything so easy with such easy to follow names. Then I'm going to paste in, that was a joke, I'm going to paste in my URL that I'm testing. I'm going to click Preview. If you've done this correctly, so you paste your URL in here, you will see your picture show. You will get a green light that says, yay, you did it. Yay, I did it. If you didn't do it, go back to the beginning and figure out where your error is. So at this point, I've tested my page. It is definitely working. Now, if you enable it on your home page, you can just put your home page URL in here, and you'll see our home page has authorship enabled as well. Okay, so that is the testing tool. So now I've tested it, and it's actually working. So let's review what we've done so far. So first, we know what we want. We want to get our picture because it's going to help us with click-throughs and sales leads, and we're going to be so rich we're going to be sitting on a beach in Mexico with margaritas someday. So what do we have to do? We got to set up our Google Plus personal account. That's usually going to be the boss or business owner or perhaps the bloggers. Each one of those people is going to need a Google Plus personal profile set up. We're going to optimize the story with keywords. In the links/contributor to part of our Google Plus personal, we're going to link back to our website. Then we're going to go to our website. We're going to create this coded link with our numeric ID from every single page of the website. We're going to point back to our Google Plus profile. By the way, you can use a picture if you want. It's up to you. On our website, I use the Google Plus icon. It's on every single page of the website. It links to my personal profile. Now, we've tested it. That's step 3. We've tested it, and it's working at a technical level. Now, here's the rub. You've done all this. Now you need to get people to follow you, otherwise known as circle. I always feel like when Google set up Google Plus, they were like, darn it, all the good words are taken. So Facebook used the word like, follow was used by Twitter. Google was stuck with this sort of idiotic idea of circle. So you want to get people to circle you, follow you, like you, whatever you want to call that. All right, so what's the first way to do that? Just send them an email. Hey, I'm really excited. I'm on Google Plus. Fill in the blank with nifty things that they care about. I'm going to be sharing tips on dog boarding and dogs and pets and how to handle pets. Follow me on Google Plus. Here's my account. And if you're already on Google Plus, it's really simple. You just click on it and click circle and add me, or you might have to set up your Google Plus account. You're going to need to get followers. The more followers you have, the higher the probability that you will show up. Now, how is this going to work? Let's think about it at a systematic level. So people are going to go and do a Google search, such as this one. They're going to go, what is a landing page on Google Analytics? I have no idea. I don't know how it works. They're going to do a search. They're going to see my picture. They're going to land on the web page because they're going to see that picture at the top. They're going to find out this guy's really cool. He's got lots of cool stuff. I'm going to follow him, aka circle him on Google Plus. So what is that doing for me? That's building a virtuous circle. So I'm showing up at the top of my searches. People are following me. The more people that find out that I share cool and amazing stuff about Google Plus, SEO, social media, the more people who follow me, the higher my follower count, the better I appear, the more followers. So you're going to create that virtuous circle. You're going to ask people to follow you through emails and things like that. And over time, you too will get your picture to show up on Google search results. So again, the class materials are jm-seo.org/26. That's going to get you to all the class materials. Go through step by step and enable this. Make sure you do it correctly at a technical level, and good luck. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more information.